ballin'. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you fuck like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check 25.
That ball complete to Isabella. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike front 9. Mike front 9. Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
On second and 9, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Murray with a third and long. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, echo. 3 down. 58, right over there. Right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58. Right there.
Garoppolo looks to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
12.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
I'm here all day.
21. Here we go.
Hey, Zoo. Let's go defense. And here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter. A
lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And his first carry, he loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
And some room to work. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 18-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, D! Tight go.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk, complete. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Watch the twitch. Watch the
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Switch it.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. D Ford in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard. About time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Bravo.
58 to Mike. Danny. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, this one caught by Isabella. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. 3 balls. Check the backer. Check the backer.
Throwing is Murray on third down. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And the Cardinal first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Second down, Murray sets to throw. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
56 to Mike. 56. Check 56. 56. Pull it. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Check tight end. Check tight.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. Gonzalez's kick is good. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started.
We got this. Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Throwing on first down is Murray. Finding Knox there, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 180.
58, come on.
Black. My alpha.
You. And 58 is a Mike.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Good for a 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Here I come. Slant. Check.
Now Garoppolo. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. There's Garoppolo to throw. Flushed up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Fowler has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
At their own 37-yard line.
Let's go now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
So we got man. Check 50.
Murray now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Murray with a 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 20 on the year as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Well called, well blocked, and he just made a great play. As an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
On play action, it's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's going to rifle one. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
No. Off.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Right there.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Murray now. That ball complete to Isabella. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Murray now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Murray again. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Murray now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. Now Hunt. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And this one is right down the middle. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
21. Hey, gun. 59. Watch the curl.
To throw is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
58 to Mike.
12, fellas, here we go.
I'm coming after you. Alert 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
13.
36.
I got you. Hey, Delta.
Hey, 58.
Back to throw. And able to find John Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37.
Right, 58, right there. I'm coming.
Well, he's able to clock it with time remaining. And now they'll have a shot at a long field goal that is going to decide this game. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This a long one from 54. And this one is right down Broadway. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for San Francisco, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet of what he knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown.
They should take it to 10.
Na 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 na